Where are the cameras?
Helps to hit the go live button, which I hadn't done. We're live in Hobart, YES23. It's the March, and the crowd is massive. The crowd goes back for blocks. And you missed out on hearing a heap of Tasmanians singing John Farnham's The Voice before. Beautiful day in Hobart. A wicked turnout. We're doing well. I think there's quite a few marches on today too, but some of the ones yesterday, footage was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Adelaide was great. Adelaide. Is Adelaide and Tassie the two stage? Yeah. There's a lot of Hey Susie, you're part of the March, Groover, a bit of political activism on a Sunday afternoon in Hobart. Yeah, it's hard because I went to a thing on Friday night, work and Hey Groovers, I need to get a vantage point to show you how big this march is. It's pretty impressive. For Tassie, sometimes we can be a bit apathetic and have small turnouts, but not today. Even the Tassie dogs are in. Yeah, it's pretty cool, so. Hey Lindy Lou. We're doing the Yes March, girl. Through Hobart. Beautiful day here in sunny Tasmania, although it has been spitting on and off a little bit. So it's our Yes March today, and we're leaving the city centre to go up to the regatta grounds. Oh, you're from a political family too, Sue. I know your pain. Too well. Well, I don't know. Our family always said they just wanted to make a difference and help their communities, but you know. Yeah, it's an awesome turnout. We're going up on a walkway now, so I'll be able to turn around and show you how many people are here, but it's pretty impressive stuff. On Wednesday. And there's a lot of kids that have made their own signs. It's a shame they don't get to vote, because I reckon we'd get the kids' vote over the line. You just cut off a lady and then it was say that too, because I know you'd be like, you snooze, your legs.
Middle-aged, white.
Exactly. We're all in it together. Oh, it's really interesting stuff, Sue. I mean, essentially, it's to change the constitution to recognise our First Nations people, who are the traditional landowners of Australia, which is pretty massive, and also the proposition for an advisory body called The Voice, which will enable Indigenous Australians to participate in discussions on matters that affect them directly. That's how simple the concept is, but it has been muddied really badly. But for the moment, we're just all putting out there that we support it because it's really hard to come up with an argument why you wouldn't. Have a look at the crowd. And bear in mind that's a hill there, so there's people on the other side of that hill. Like, the turnout's massive. Pretty cool. Yeah, live on YouTube, Jane, so...
Yes, I watched the P's and Q's.
Oh no, we've been live longer than 30 seconds. You can swear now. It's just the first 30 seconds. Some funky Tassie architecture right here, and then some not so funky architecture over there. We're going to be walking down there. There's a roundabout that actually won the best roundabout in the world a few years ago. I didn't know there was a World Roundabout Appreciation Society, but there is, and we won it. Bizarre, but there you go. The highway down below. If you type in capitals, I'll be able to read what you're saying a lot easier. I have got prescription sunnies on, but the beautiful sun is in my face. Yeah, the turnout's huge. It's impressive. Been campaigning for a long time, and it's just so lovely to see that this many people are actually backing, yes. Because you have days where you feel like, where is everyone? What's wrong with this campaign? But today, it's confirming what we all believed, that is Tasmanians are reasonable people. That's all you have to be to vote yes. It's reasonable. But it's a pretty gorgeous part of the city. This is right in the, like, on the edge of the CBD. We have the parklands. That's my house. That's where I live when I come to the city, up there in that castle. If I get another vantage point, you're off to cook, Lindy Lou. What are you making? It's very pretty, isn't it, Sue me? Sorry, not Sue me, Susie. But Australians are big on lots of parks and greenery in the middle of the city, which is pretty awesome, and you take it for granted a bit. This is, like, all around here's a bit far for me to walk on a lunch break because I only get a half an hour one, but if I had longer, I would come here. Look at it. And the city's there. Pretty gorgeous. And heaps of rose bushes. You knew I was a princess. Yeah, that's my castle up there. It's my city home. When I come across the bridge from Dodge Vegas. It's a shame the roulettes aren't flying over now. That's pretty awesome. I went live earlier, and the roulettes, which is like a flying troop, I guess you call them.
Good luck.
See you, Jane.
Good luck. Thank you for the sticker.
Right. Anytime.
See you again.
See ya.
See you.
See ya.
It's incredible. I'm really pleased because not that it was disheartening, but it was just surprising, I think, that so many people, like in my world, were just straight onto yes. And then we were getting out and about, and people just didn't seem to be interested.
That's right. When it all kicked off, that was 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, and the figures were, it was like 67%. Everyone saying yes. I mean, but again, I'm going to the polls, and I don't have that's whether. And now we're being told that figures dropped to less than 50%.
Yeah, which is scary. But then you see this today and think, who's being polled? You know?
Yeah, that's right. There's a cord here.
I mean, if you look at
This is just all the yes. There's, the broad mass of
Is this, is
You
this
know,
it?
is this the quiet, basically?
Well, no, there's probably a similar sized crowd in Lonnie right now, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, yeah, no, it's way more than I expected, and it's heartwarming
Yeah,
because it's, I think, I mean, when the campaign first started, I was quite, I mean, the YES campaign's been passive in terms of how we speak to people and everything,
Yeah.
but in terms of what's been going on, there's been a lot going on, but I also don't like to get really heavily involved at the start because I lose momentum.
yeah, I agree. And I'm hoping that's sort of the case. I wonder if that's what needs to happen. The no vote sort of, there's been so much obfuscation by, I think, bad actors. I mean,
Oh, it's shocking.
it is very true that not everyone is voting no. He's an asshole, but all the assholes.
Correct. I agree. Don't know if you guys. Hey, Mel, Mac, you're back. I don't know if you just said that comment, but it was so. No, it was so on point. Guy, repeat what you just said about the no vote.
Well, it seems to me that it's not, certainly not all the no voters are assholes, but all the assholes are voting no.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to be with them.
No.
I mean, that's what it is. To vote yes.
Hey, it's just good you could join us, Mel. This is the Doon Kennedy Aquatic Centre. It's named after one of our Lord Mayors who was an absolute ball-tearing legend. Absolutely loved Doon. She told me I was the one in my family that should have been in Parliament and the rest of them were boring. Bless her. So we're almost back where we started earlier, Melmac. We're on the other side of the highway, but not far from where we started earlier. Stop and admire the tree. Yeah, no, well, that's one thing I'm just hoping in the time that I do this is I just want to hear one person say why they voted no, and give a legitimate reason. That's my goal. Because I haven't met that person yet. Drive-through dude this morning was completely racist. He reckons Australia wouldn't be the country it is without the convicts. So why aren't they being recognised in the Constitution? It's like, because they wrote it. Who do you think wrote it?
Indeed.
For God's sake. Got some Uggies on the way through. But it looks like he's only got one. Where's the other boot?
The first question is, did he lose an boot or did he find an boot?
Yeah, that goes back to a very inappropriate joke from our childhood about people wearing one thong.
Yeah. I think it was on
You lost
Two
the
Runners.
thong. No, mate, I found one.
That's right. I saw that on the Two Runners in 1970s.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's pretty groovy, guys. Royalty. What, my castle back there, or the Two Runnies? Hey, what do you Americans think about this? Like, do you think it's a progressive thing for a country to be doing? And do you think if the yes vote gets up, will you think Australia's pretty progressive and cool? And how will you feel about Australia if the no vote gets up? And do you think this would ever happen in the United States? Because I'm getting a lot of comments that people are thinking we're very progressive, which is awesome. But what if no gets up? Which hopefully it won't. Look at these beautiful yes voting hounds. Only attractive animals vote yes. Hello, beautiful.
What do you make So anything short of treating is not supported.
Well, I say to them, this is a step towards potentially having treaties, because it will be treaties,
Yes.
in every state, and there's already some states where there's movement, but it's also a 20 to 30 year process. So ultimately, yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
But this is going to get, hopefully, people moving.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, before the referendum happens, like to bring in a treaty, I think South Australia and Victoria have been discussing treaties for over a decade.
Yes, that's right. I think,
nothing's happened yet. So
is that right?
I think if this gets over, then there'll be pressure on governments to consider treaties.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
But I think without it, the chances of treaty, and also the treaty is a lovely idea, but you've got to actually fix what's happening now, which is marginalisation. And there's no point even drafting a treaty while we're not all treated equally.
Yeah.
So that's sort of my response. But I've only had one person comment on the treaty and they read it. They didn't actually understand it.
Oh, really?
That was their argument. And I'm like, do you think a treaty is worth bringing in when we're not actually all equal? Because that's the whole premise under which a treaty can operate. And I've used, you get a lot of people commenting on how we've got Indigenous members of Parliament. But it's like they're not elected to represent First Nations people, they're representing their electorate.
That's right.
And their constituents. So, and you think 11 is enough to protect our most marginalised Australians?
I also would like to see just a breakdown of the numbers of business groups, community groups, social groups who make representations to the federal parliament in various ways, and the various meetings they have.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that that's not fair for a really important part of our population.
Correct.
Our population to have the same opportunity to make it.
And they're
It's
not.
just a way of facilitating that.
And on matters that impact them. They're not going to be weighing in on anything that has nothing to do with them.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
So just you and me now, Mel.
My sister, one of the
You, I can't read the loose train. Did you get the job? Which job? Which job? I don't know what job you speak of. All right, I'm going to show you some people, hopefully, from up here. Yeah, most of the no comments are pretty easy to debunk.
Yeah.
Like, it's the apathy that I'm finding depressing.
Really?
Well, I'm sick of hearing about it. It's like, guess what? Our marginalised Australians are still not being good. You know, like, or a lot of them quite just into price.
Yeah.
And it's like, why aren't you quoting the 80% of Indigenous Australians who are voting? Always going to vote. Yes. Do you good thing. Would you like a bumper sticker? Would you like a yes sticker? Yes. I have. Do you like a pink one or a yellow one? Or a purple one? Pink. Pink's my favourite too. Would you like one as well? Go on. Yeah, that's that bumper's for your car. Everyone's so funny. People are like, so it's got to match my car. Good work. So we can't really see back to the crowd, but there's people coming up the hill like just fully chest to chest the whole way. There's still people down in the city. Like, it's awesome. Tasmania is actually, well, Hobart's doing really well. Hopefully Launceston is too. But yeah, there's people back there as far as you can see. Like, literally thousands.
Biggest emergency.
I think it is too. Well, it's probably since no down.
All right.
We all got dragged along to, because my dad was such an enigma. Like he was all about states' rights, and he was quite green in a lot of ways, and also very heavily involved in the union movement.
Right.
But yeah, he was very opposed to Franklin Dam, Black Petter, very vocal, across the floor and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. People, as far as the eye can, and they just keep coming. That whole line from the city. It's pretty amazing. Hopefully the ambos aren't going to someone who's passed out or anything. It's pretty impressive, guys. And lots of supporters in cars too.
It's really with Kanani in the background too.
Yes, it is indeed. Beautiful mountain. Oh, did I get the jab? Not the job. Well, you're going to talk that while we're doing a YES March? I don't know which one I got. I got a flu, and I don't talk that stuff on. I'm not allowed to. You get blocked on YouTube for that. Next topic. Although at least you used jab. The B word would have got me blown off the algorithm. But yeah, there's so many people coming up the hill. It's pretty awesome. Oh, we're on the move again. No. So up ahead is the cenotaph, which is our largest memorial in the state for our, well, not just our Anzacs, but all servicemen and women. So this is where the big dawn service happens on Anzac Day, for example. But this is also the Hobart Regatta grounds where we are now. So we've got beautiful parklands, trees, and then the other city sort of through. It's very, very pretty. And then the dawn service is gorgeous at the cenotaph because you've got the river beyond. Mel, you can't say that word. You're going to get me put in the algorithm group. In fact, I might be because it's just you and somebody else at the moment. Those words are not allowed on the tube. Well, they are, but you will end up in an algorithm because I'm trying so hard to get this channel out of my algorithm cul-de-sac. So, yeah, we can talk about that in an email or something, but that's how this channel ended up in there in the first place. Isn't it beautiful? And look at the sky today. Although you guys are getting pretty used to Tassie skies. And it's just such a really lovely vibe. Everyone's happy, smiling. Sun's out. It's quite warm. You deleted it. I can still see it. Maybe on StreamYard it just doesn't disappear. You naughty monkey. Good on you, mate. Yeah, it's been lovely. Take care, guy. See ya. So this is the beautiful regatta grounds where everyone's going to basically gather, mingle. There's a stage set up. There's going to be a concert. There's an Aussie band called YES23 March, and one of the guys from that band's playing. The marches in other parts of the country got some pretty incredible acts, I must admit. Got a bit of act envy, but it'll be a really good vibe up here. I won't be sticking around for the concert only because, as you guys know, I don't live in town. I'll be heading down to my place so I can get on with weekend grocery shopping and meal prepping and all that good stuff. That's my friend Maddie. She's very quiet. It's Bullhorn Maddie. So that's Bullhorn Maddie. I deleted it on YouTube. Thanks, gorgeous. Yeah, it's got me into trouble. I've got a warning on another channel, so I'm really, really mindful. I did a live talking about the biggest bullshit conspiracy theories imaginable and why they're so dangerous, and I got a warning because they just pick up the word, not what you're actually saying. It's unfair, but can you see the walkway with the people coming over? It's just like a never-ending stream. Yeah, you're a champ. Thanks, mate. No, don't apologise. A lot of people don't know, but I'm just, I'm really mindful of it because I got a warning. But it's pretty bad. Like, and the, I'm trying to take my jacket off one-handed whilst holding my phone. Sorry, it's bouncing around a bit. Yeah, I was actually trying to, oh, they're playing, look, here we go. Come and listen to a heap of out-of-tune Tasmanians singing to John Farnham's The Voice, which has sort of become the, not unofficial, the official song of this campaign. But yeah, so I got a warning, and the warning was for spreading misinformation, and I was actually criticising misinformation brutally. So I just don't muck around now. I'd hate to lose all my channels. I'll look into it though, Melback, thank you. See if we get everyone singing along or not. It's so weird, Mel. Like, I mean, if this was an Australian platform, I could get into trouble for doing this. Like, I'm broadcasting live from it's not a political protest. It's a rally though. But it's pretty incredible. People are sort of, you'll get an idea of the crowd at some point, but if you look like to the walkway, people are still heading over it, and also still coming up the hill, and then they're snaking around up there, then to get up onto that walkway, and it's just, there's no end in sight. And they're all going to graduate. Well, I think I'll film from back down here because you'll get an idea of the crowd as it fills up. It's huge. They've got all the portaloos ready. You're the voice trying to understand that. So you can start to see it filling in. It's good too because I can actually read chat from this spot. But I agree, Mel. It's the algorithm thing is so bizarre, and to get like a warning when, I mean, I wasn't debunking conspiracy theories as some sort of do-gooder act. I was just debunking them for how ridiculous they were and how dangerous they were, basically. And when you get the warning, they provide a reason why you're getting the warning, and it was misinformation. And I was like, you don't even listen to what people are saying. You're just picking up on a word. So, yeah, we'll get this channel back out of the cul-de-sac, I'm sure of it. But it may not be going live attending political rallies. But I don't care. I want this documented because I'm so happy just to see how big the turnout is, and they're still coming up that hill. That's beautiful, magnificent Kunyani in the background. That's Mount Wellington. A lot of Tasmania, well, Australia, we now use the the First Nations names. So Tasmania's Lutruwita and that mountain Kunyani. It's pretty cool, hey? So a lot of even road signs now, when you take highways and stuff, it has both names, the traditional name, and also there's another bullhorn that's Bullhorn Barry. Where are all the Karama people? Guys, I'm bullhorn spotting. I've found two. One of them's been commandeered by my friend Maddie, who I work with. But it's a pretty awesome sight. And yeah, the crowd just continues to come up over the hill. Got merchandise tents here. There's some food trucks down the back, which is pretty cool. I've actually got a bottle of water with me, so I don't need anything but ice creams for the kidlets. And then this whole area is just starting to fill, and it will continue to. It's pretty awesome. I'm really proud to be part of this country at the moment. I just hope with all my heart that we are progressive and that the yes vote gets up, because it will be huge for any colonised country to amend a constitution to recognise our First Nations people, and also to give them a say in matters that affect them directly, which they should have had from day one, let's be honest. But the racist dude that yelled at me this morning, he thinks that convicts should be acknowledged in the Constitution. They fucking wrote it. White men wrote it. Still they come up over the hill. Oh, there's a bit of wind now. That's fresh. It's pretty amazing. I can't even estimate how many people. I would be thinking at the moment up here, there's probably about 1,000, but I reckon there's at least 4 or 5 coming. Like, it's me. At the moment, I look like I'm standing on a paddock with like 3 other people and a whole heap of portaloos, but there's people everywhere. It's great. Pretty proud to be part of this island too. It's actually very moving. I'm getting quite emotional. It's incredible too, because this site, you know, we come here to honour our servicemen and women. So, you know, attending dawn service here can be incredibly emotional. Feeling similar emotions being here now. I'll show you. That's getting away. I nearly walked in front of it, which was on the slide. So this is actually a river. This is the River Derwent, right here. So you've got the Tasman Bridge, that bridge that we drive over a lot in the distance, and it's the Derwent River. So we're sea level. We're pretty much almost at sea level. Even on, I mean, I'm on a slight hill, but the water is right there. Oh my God, there's a dude with a snake. Is that snake voting yes?
Hi.
Is the snake voting yes?
Yeah, always yes.
That's a mate. What is that?
It's a black-headed python, yes.
Wow. He just hangs out with you.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
What's his name?
Lester. Yeah.
He's pretty beautiful.
He's a good snake.
Well, I like to. Of course, he's voting yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
nice to meet you, Lester, and Lester's dad.
Yeah.
Don't see that every day. Dude just walking around with a snake around his neck. I mean, why not? Oh, they've got like a little they've got a little pen there. People are going to be meeting Lester, but they're still coming up the hill, snaking around, interestingly, and then along the walkway they're still coming, and yeah, the crowd is building. Could be Scotland, the Harlequins. I'm going to go closer to the stage just to get some of the speeches. So all of the speakers are Indigenous Australians today.
Mighty.
Yes.
And Tasmania is so important. So important to how this all pans out. So here is your biggest cheer, so they can hear us in the mainland.
It is a bit windy, yes. But it's warm. I'm in a t-shirt.
Very good tune. And we're going to sing and we're going to dance. We're going to keep this energy while we wait for another 1,000 people to come and join us.
So there's still another 1,000 apparently on the way.
On and on. I think there
Hey, Aussie Toad.
still walking our way. So let's get the music on. Let's keep the party going.
They're coming up, like from the city up, and then they're snaking up around here and then along the walkway. That's beautiful. There's a woman who's got a reputation for being a shocker. We've got over our own Maddie.
Yeah, somebody was asking the crowd, they were like,
There's a dude walking around with somebody like, oh, there's little Barry. This is awesome.
told us off. They were like, oh, we're already recording this. What are you doing?
Well, I just met Lester the snake, who's a literal snake. He's voting yes.
Oh, good job, Lester.
Yeah. They're still coming up over the hill and along the walkway. And Yanni. And yeah, I was going to try and get some of the speeches, but Laurie, it'll do. I get Tony. When you write Tory by hand, the way I do it, I'm left-handed, people often read it and think I've written Tony. And even on my emails, like I'll send an email to someone and they'll write back, "Dear Tony." They get Tony from my email signature. But I'm actually using Victoria, well, not by choice, work. We moved on to a new server and work nominated Victoria as my email address, which is fine. It's my name. But that might eliminate some of the Tonys. But it might also bring on some Vickies. I've been called way worse than Laurie. Oh, yeah.
Reporting, I've got my Yes t-shirt on.
I've got my Yes buttons on my little jacket. Really beautiful crowd too. Like the thing that I really loved about this campaign is it's been a very positive one from the start, and we use the word passive a lot, but it's passive in that we're not actually ramming the Yes agenda down people's throats. We're actually letting people tell their stories and share their opinions. And it's been such a gentle, positive campaign because it's actually a very simple concept that doesn't actually affect many Australians at all, but it could actually change the lives of marginalised First Nations people. And why anyone would vote no to that? I mean, why would you? Unless you are marginalised and unheard, it's not going to change your life at all. I just don't want to wake up on the 15th of October and have to accept that, sadly, Australia is the most passively racist country in the world, because that's what basically it will mean. Just feels better when you put it in a
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, they had to merge because they weren't originally going to be doing one.
All right.
So we've been trying to get them now.
Oh, wow.
Do you want a bumper sticker too?
Is that
No, would you like one for your car?
Oh, yes.
Yellow? Pink?
No, I'll have the yellow.
Yellow?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. that I'd been live a lot. So I just got in my car. I've got my battery up to 3%. Hey, Megsy. Yes, vote yes. I'm going to go and give out some bumper stickers to some people and listen to some of the speeches. And my phone will die again as soon as I end this live. But I just wanted to come back and say thanks to everyone who hung out with me this morning and also with this second live. And apologies, I ran out of battery. I should have brought a battery pack and I didn't. Lesson learned. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye, beautiful people.